Today the angels bring a message that promises to deeply touch your heart and open your eyes to something grand. There is a connection in your life that has caused many doubts, hopes, and above all, intense emotions. Deep down in their soul, they feel that this person is willing to make sacrifices for you, something that few would do. But despite this strong feeling, there is a missing piece in the puzzle. Something that needs to be understood before everything aligns divinely. The angels, with their infinite wisdom, ask me to tell you that this person, who occupies your thoughts and dreams, is in a moment of great internal transformation. There is a constant struggle within them, between the deep desire to completely surrender to you and the fears that still hold them back. It's as if they are on the edge of an emotional cliff, about to take a leap of faith, but something makes them hesitate. Have you ever felt that? That energy that seems so close, but never quite within reach? The message the angels deliver to me is clear. This person sees something extraordinary in you, a light they can't find in anyone else. You are the reason for many of their most intimate thoughts, the strength that inspires and motivates, but also the reason for many of their fears. Yes, fear. Fear of what this connection might mean, fear of the changes it will bring, and above all, fear of losing you. It's a powerful paradox. The same love that drives them to want to be by your side is what makes them hesitate. However, the angels want you to know that the path you are both walking on is not accidental. Every moment, every word spoken, and every shared silence are part of a greater plan. They are going through an intense process of spiritual learning. There are wounds from the past, regrets, and insecurities that still weigh on them, unfortunately, hindering them from taking the next step. But make no mistake, they are fighting internally, questioning all beliefs and limitations that hold them back. What they feel for you is greater than any barrier they may be trying to build. The angels ask for patience and trust. They show that true love is never simple, but always worth it. They whisper that what is to come will be revealing, but you need to be ready. This person is preparing for something significant, a gesture or decision that could change the course of this relationship. However, for this to happen, something needs to be understood and resolved. Something you may have already sensed but have not yet clearly identified. This missing piece is not trivial. It is the core of the transformation you both need to go through. And while this person struggles with their own shadows, the angels ask you to take care of your light. Your presence, your energy, and your love will sustain this connection. They ask you not to give up, but also not to bear the weight alone of making everything work out. The journey is shared, and both have important roles to play. Behind all doubts and uncertainties, there is something the angels want you to know. This person doesn't just want to be by your side. They want to honor you, value you, and protect you. But for this to happen fully, they need to face their own challenges. Love, to be truly deep and lasting, requires courage. And right now, they are gathering the necessary strength to take the next step. Have you noticed the signs? Small changes in their behavior, more significant gestures, words that were not spoken before? These are clear indications that something is happening. The angels show that the energy around them is shifting, as if a veil is being lifted. But there is still work to be done, both by them and by you. The angels want you to reflect. Are you willing to walk alongside them during this process? Are you ready to face the challenges that come with true love? Because what is to come will require from you patience, understanding, and above all, faith. Faith that the universe is working to align everything in the right time. And now, as you read these words, the angels are by your side, enveloping you in a blanket of protection and love. They want you to know that you are not alone. Every step you take, every decision you make, is being guided by them. And though the path may not always be easy, it will lead to something incredibly beautiful and meaningful. Before concluding this part, the angels ask you to keep your heart open and your mind receptive. The missing piece will be revealed at the right moment, and when it does, you will understand why everything happened the way it did. Trust the process, trust love, and above all, trust yourself. Now, take a deep breath, absorb this message, and prepare for what is to come next. The journey is only just beginning. As the angels continue to guide this message, they show me something crucial about what is happening with them. Although the love they feel for you is deep and real, there are layers of insecurities and fears that still need to be unraveled. These fears, often rooted in past experiences, are like invisible chains holding them back from fully moving towards you. But know that even amidst this internal struggle, progress is happening, albeit subtly. This person is starting to see things that were once hidden. The angels show me that, by their side, they feel a strength they had never experienced before. It's as if their presence is a kind of mirror, reflecting both their qualities and their vulnerable points. This is powerful, but also scary for them. Often, seeing our own vulnerabilities can be an immense challenge. However, the angels want you to understand something important. This person's hesitation does not diminish the love they feel for you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. This love is so strong and so real that for them, accepting all that it entails is a transformative process. And here lies the great challenge. They need to choose between staying trapped in fear or taking a leap of faith towards true love. The angels also reveal that there is something very special about you that deeply captivates them. It's not just your beauty or your presence, but the way you illuminate the space around you. It's your authenticity, the way you face difficulties with courage and grace. This person sees that in you and more than anything, wishes to be worthy of that love. However, they still wonder, can they live up to everything you deserve? Are they ready to fully surrender? At this moment, the angels ask you to look within yourself. Is there something you also need to resolve? Any doubts, fears, or insecurities that may be influencing this connection? Remember, true love requires both parties to be willing to grow together. There's no perfection, but there's commitment. And the angels are here to remind you that you don't have to carry all the weight alone. They show that this relationship is being shaped by greater forces, a divine energy working to align their paths. But at the same time, they emphasize the importance of keeping their feet on the ground and recognizing that each person has their own timing. They may be facing battles you don't see, and respecting their process is essential for mutual growth. Have you noticed how small gestures from them have started to change? Maybe they have sent unexpected messages, shown concern, or even shared feelings they used to keep to themselves. These signs are like little windows opening, allowing you to see a bit more of the depth of their emotions. The angels show that, with patience and understanding, these windows can become doors to a fuller and truer love. However, there is still something that needs to be addressed: the missing piece. The angels reveal that this seemingly absent piece is actually mutual understanding. You and they need to find common ground, a space where you can express yourselves freely without fear of judgment or rejection. It is in this space that magic happens, where barriers fall, and true love can blossom. But how do you find this space? The angels suggest that you continue being yourself, with all your light and authenticity. Don't try to fit into their expectations, because what they admire most about you is precisely who you are. Be patient but steadfast. Show that you are open to building something together, but also value your own time and energy. The angels ask you to believe in the power of this connection. Even if things seem uncertain now, there is a greater purpose at work. This person has been placed in your life for a reason, and what you are building has the potential to be something rare and special. But for that to happen, both need to be willing to confront their own shadows and allow the light to prevail. They show that the next steps will be crucial. They are approaching a moment of clarity, where choices need to be made. The angels ask you to emotionally prepare for what is to come. It could be a conversation, a gesture, or even a silence that speaks louder than words. Whatever it is, know that it is part of the divine plan that is being designed for them. As we conclude this part, the angels ask you to keep the faith and patience. Trust that what is true always finds its way, even amidst the greatest storms. They are by your side, guiding each step and protecting your heart. Take a deep breath and trust, because the best is yet to come. The angels continue to reveal more details about the journey of this special connection. They show that, as you reflect on the role this person plays in your life, they are facing something deep and transformative. In the silence of their thoughts, they analyze all they feel, all that has happened between you, and most importantly, what the future may bring. This person, although they may seem hesitant or even distant, is battling internal ghosts from the past. The angels reveal that many of the barriers they face today were not created by you or this relationship, but are remnants of old pains, emotional traumas, and accumulated fears over time. Despite this, something in you makes them want to change, overcome these limitations, and surrender to a love that they know is different from anything they have experienced before. Have you noticed how the moments by their side carry a special weight? Even in the simplest interactions, there is a depth, a sense that each word and gesture carry a greater meaning. The angels explain that this is not a coincidence. The connection between you was designed by higher forces, with the purpose of bringing growth, healing, and a love that transcends common barriers. But what exactly is missing? Is it this piece that hasn't fit completely yet? They show me that this person is dealing with a very specific fear, the fear of opening up completely and being vulnerable. For them, the idea of emotionally stripping down, showing all their weaknesses and insecurities, is something that brings both desire and fear. This doesn't mean they don't trust you, but rather that they are still learning to trust themselves fully. This process of emotional opening requires time, and they ask you to keep your heart open. They show that often it is your presence, calm and steady, that provides this person with the safe space they need to express themselves. But at the same time, they warn that it's essential for you to also take care of yourself in this process. Don't let their uncertainties become burdens that you carry alone. This is a shared journey, where both have the duty to support and grow together. They also highlight the importance of communication. Often, what is lacking is not love or intention, but the ability to put into words what is being felt. They suggest that when you feel the time is right, create a space for an open and honest conversation. It doesn't need to be something formal or planned, but rather a moment of genuine exchange, where both can share their feelings and desires without fear of judgment. This person, even though silently, is observing how you react to each situation. They look for signs that you truly believe in this connection, that you are willing to build something solid and true. For them, these small signs are crucial, as they offer the emotional security they so need. But they ask you not to do this as a way to alleviate their insecurities, but rather as a natural demonstration of what you feel. Now, the angels begin to show what is to come. They reveal that this person is approaching a decisive moment. It's as if all the puzzle pieces are starting to fit together, bringing forth the clarity they have been seeking. However, the angels warn that this clarity may bring challenges. When faced with the truth of their feelings, they will need to make choices that can completely change the dynamics between you. The angels ask you to be prepared to support, but also to establish healthy boundaries. Remember that true love does not mean sacrificing your own needs or happiness. On the contrary, it should be a balanced exchange where both feel empowered and valued. As this transformation unfolds, the angels show that the universe is aligning your paths. Small coincidences, unexpected encounters, or even dreams can be signs that things are moving in the right direction. They ask you to pay attention to these signs, as they bring important messages about the next steps of this journey. Before closing this part, the angels leave a very clear message: trust in divine timing. Although it may be tempting to seek immediate answers or quick changes, it is essential to respect the natural pace of this connection. Everything is unfolding as it should, and what is meant for you will find its way, regardless of obstacles. Take a deep breath, dear soul, and keep the faith. The love you share has a greater purpose, and the angels are by your side, ensuring that you never walk alone. The angel's message continues, bringing new revelations about the depth of this connection and the role it plays in their life. The angels show that while they seek to understand the feelings of this person, they are also immersed in a process of self-discovery. It is as if something inside them has awakened, something that they still do not know how to name or fully understand. This person feels an attraction to you that goes beyond the physical or emotional. There is something in your essence, in the way you face life and challenges, that deeply inspires them. The angels show that you represent, to them, a kind of love they have never experienced before, a love that requires more than just words or superficial gestures. This love demands surrender, vulnerability, and courage, and it is precisely this courage that they are trying to find within themselves. However, this journey is not easy. The angels reveal that they are being confronted with their own shadows, fears, and insecurities. It is as if your presence is a mirror that reflects both the most beautiful and the most challenging aspects of themselves. This can be uncomfortable, but it is also extremely transformative. Your light illuminates not only the path ahead, but also the areas they need to heal and strengthen. But why does it still feel like something is missing? The angels show that this person carries an emotional burden from the past, something that has not yet been fully resolved. It could be an old relationship that left deep scars, an experience that shook their confidence, or even limiting beliefs that make them doubt their ability to love and be loved. These wounds make them hesitate, even when the desire to get closer to you is almost irresistible. The angels ask you to be patient and compassionate, but also firm on their own journey. They emphasize that, while you support this person in their process, it is crucial that you also take care of yourself. Do not let their doubts contaminate your certainty or their emotional barriers become yours. True love is not a burden to be carried alone, but a partnership where both grow together. Meanwhile, the angels are working tirelessly to create the necessary conditions for this relationship to flourish. They show that, even in moments of silence or distance, there is an energetic movement happening. This person is being guided by higher forces to face their fears and open their heart to what truly matters. And you, with your light and presence, are a fundamental part of this process. Have you noticed how this person's attitudes have been changing, even if subtly? Small gestures of care, longer gazes, or words that carry a deeper meaning. These changes are reflections of what is happening internally. It's as if they are slowly removing the layers that protected them, allowing the truth of their feelings to surface. But the angels caution, do not hurry. Everything is happening at the right pace, and trying to speed up this process may create even more resistance. Trust that what is true will always find its way, and that the love you share is strong enough to overcome any obstacle. There is also an important message for you. Trust your intuition. The angels show that you have a special sensitivity, an ability to perceive things that are not always spoken. Use this intuition to navigate this journey, to understand what this person needs and when it is the right time to act or wait. Your intuition is a divine gift that can guide you in times of uncertainty. As we conclude this part, the angels ask you to keep the faith and an open heart. They remind that every challenge, every doubt, and every moment of waiting are part of a larger plan. This plan is being designed with love and care, and they are a central piece in it. Keep walking with confidence, knowing that the angels are by your side at every step of this journey. While the angels continue to guide this message, they bring a special focus on something that is deeply transforming within this person. They are facing a moment of intense reflection and self-evaluation. The angels show that, in the silence of their nights or in the moments when they seem more distant, they are reviewing every interaction, every word, and every feeling they shared with you. This introspection is revealing truths that they have tried to ignore for a long time. Although visibly involved with you, this person still feels that there is a part of themselves that is tied to the past. The angels reveal that these old bonds are not necessarily with another person, but with the expectations, disappointments, and experiences that shaped their view of love. They question themselves. Am I ready for something so true and intense? Am I capable of meeting all of this? These questions make them hesitant, even though their heart drives them in your direction. The angels ask you to realize something important. The impact you have already had on this person's life is much greater than you imagine. For them, you represent not only love, but also an opportunity for rebirth. The way you surrender, demonstrate patience and understanding, is something they have never found elsewhere. It inspires them deeply, but also scares them because it means they will have to leave behind the barriers they built to protect themselves. This hesitation should not be seen as a lack of love, but as a reflection of the internal struggle they face. The angels show that this person is learning to deal with the fear of losing independence, of getting hurt again, or of not being enough for you. These are human fears, but in the context of this connection, they gain a unique intensity. However, the angels assure that the love they feel for you is greater than any insecurity, and in due time, this will become clear to both of you. Have you noticed how small moments between you have an almost magical meaning? Perhaps it's the way they look at you, even when they don't realize they're being watched. Or maybe it's the simplest gestures, like a touch or a word that seems to carry all the weight of what they still can't express. These moments reflect a love that is being cultivated deeply, even though it may sometimes seem silent. But the angels also ask you to take care of yourself in this process. They show that while this person is facing their internal battles, you have the opportunity to strengthen your own light. Use this time to reflect on what you truly desire, on the boundaries you need to set, and on how this relationship can nurture, not deplete, your energy. The angels remind that true love is a two-way street, where both grow together. There is something the angels highlight very clearly. This person not only wants to be loved by you, they want to be worthy of your love. This means that they are striving, albeit silently, to overcome their fears and uncertainties. Every small step they take towards you, every effort to open up, is a reflection of this desire to be the person you deserve. And although this process may seem slow, it is filled with meaning. The angels show that this connection is like a seed being carefully nurtured. It may take time for it to fully blossom, but what is being built now is the foundation for something lasting. They ask you to trust the process, even when it seems challenging. Remember that every obstacle you face together is strengthening the bond between you. As this person works to find their inner clarity, the angels are preparing the ground for a moment of revelation. They show that there will be a point where they will no longer be able to hide what they feel. It might be a conversation, a gesture, or even a look, but something will happen that will make clear how much they value you and this connection. The angels ask you to be prepared for this moment, as it will be transformative. Before closing this part, the angels want to leave a message of hope. The love you share has a greater purpose. It is not just about the two of you, but also about the impact this union can have on the world around you. Together, you have the potential to create something that inspires and uplifts not only yourselves but also those around you. Take a deep breath, dear soul, and trust. The path may seem uncertain now, but the angels are by your side, guiding each step. They whisper that the best is yet to come, and that this journey, however challenging it may be, will lead to something extraordinary. The angels now shed new light on this special connection, bringing an even deeper perspective to what is happening. While this person seems hesitant to fully express what they feel, a whole world of emotions is unfolding within them. It's as if every interaction with you brings forth a mix of hope and fear, urging them to get closer but at the same time forcing them to confront long-buried issues. This person, deep down, knows that they represent a significant change in their life. The angels show that they feel, almost instinctively, that you are different from everything they have experienced before. And this is not just a passing sensation, but something that resonates deeply within their being. However, recognizing this also means admitting that they need to change. And change, as you know, is not always easy. The angels reveal that one of the biggest barriers that they face is the fear of not being enough for you. Although they admire your strength, your authenticity, and the light that you radiate, they also question if they will be able to live up to all of that. This fear, often silent, can manifest as distance, hesitation, or even contradictory behaviors. But the angels ask you to look beyond these superficial actions, as they do not reflect what is truly in their heart. Within this person, there is a growing love that they still do not know how to fully express. It is a love that challenges them to be better, to overcome their own limits, and to open up to something greater. The angels show that as they struggle with these internal issues, you are like a beacon, guiding them through their storms. Your presence is a source of comfort and inspiration, even if they cannot always express it in words. But there is something important that the angels want you to know: this journey is not just about them. It is also about you. They show that, as this person faces their own challenges, you have the opportunity to reflect on what you truly want in this relationship. What are your boundaries? What are you willing to offer, and what do you expect in return? These questions are essential to ensure that this connection is healthy and balanced. The angels point out that this person is approaching a moment of clarity, a point where they will be able to see more clearly what they really feel and desire. This process can be slow and, at some moments, frustrating. But the angels ask that you trust in divine timing. They assure that when the right moment comes, everything will make sense. Meanwhile, the angels suggest that you pay attention to the small signs. Perhaps they are words said casually, gestures that go unnoticed, or even silences that carry more meaning than 1,000 words. These moments, although subtle, are reflections of what is happening within them. They show that, even if they don't have all the answers yet, the love they feel for you is real and is growing. The angels also want to remind you that you have a powerful role in this journey. Your patience, your faith, and your ability to love unconditionally are like a foundation that supports this connection. But they ask that you don't lose sight of your own well-being. Remember that true love doesn't require you to diminish yourself, but rather to flourish alongside the one you love. As this person faces their fears and insecurities, the angels are working behind the scenes, aligning everything so that you can build something solid and lasting. They show that there will be times when you will need to be their safe harbor, but there will also be times when they will be yours. This exchange is what makes this connection so special and unique. The angels show me that a moment of transformation is approaching. It could be an honest conversation, an unexpected gesture, or even a change in attitude signaling that they are ready to take the next step. Whatever it may be, the angels ask that you be prepared, as it will be a decisive moment for this relationship. Before ending this part, the angels leave a message of hope. Everything they are going through now is preparing the way for something greater. Every challenge, every doubt, and every moment of waiting has a purpose. Trust that what is destined for the two of you will find its way, and that this love, despite all obstacles, has the potential to blossom in a way you never imagined. Take a deep breath, dear soul, and keep your heart open. The angels are by your side, guiding every step and ensuring that you never walk alone. As the angels continue to guide this message, they show me that this person's emotional journey is intensifying. What were once just doubts or silent fears have now become an internal storm. They are becoming more aware of the feelings they have for you, but they also find themselves facing a dilemma: how to express all of this without feeling vulnerable or exposed. The angels reveal that this person carries within themselves a struggle between reason and heart. Reason, often fueled by past experiences or limiting beliefs, tries to convince them that fully opening up can be risky. On the other hand, the heart is screaming louder and louder, reminding them of how special you are and how worthwhile it is to risk everything to be by your side. It is a battle that is demanding from them a courage they may not have known they possessed. In this scenario, the angels ask you to observe the subtle changes. Although this person may still seem confused or hesitant, there are gestures, words, and even silences that reveal how invested they are in this connection. A gaze that lingers a little longer than usual, a message sent at an unexpected moment, or even a clumsy attempt to get closer are clear signs that something profound is stirring within them. But the angels also ask you to be realistic. They show that while they face their fears, it is important for you to acknowledge their own needs and desires. It's not just about waiting for them, but making sure that this wait is aligned with what you want for yourself. The angels remind that true love is a mutual choice, where both need to be willing to walk together, even amidst uncertainties. Meanwhile, the angels are working behind the scenes, aligning energies so that both parties can find clarity. They show that they are being guided by moments of deep reflection, where they are forced to confront their own shadows. These moments, although challenging, are crucial for them to break free from the ties of the past and open up to what truly matters, the love they feel for you. You might be wondering, and what about me? What should I do while all this happens? The angels have a clear answer for you. They ask you to keep being yourself. The light you carry is what attracts them to you, and trying to change or mold who you are to fit their expectations will only weaken this connection. Trust that your authenticity is your greatest strength. Furthermore, the angels suggest that you use this time to reflect on what you really want from this relationship. Ask yourself, what are you willing to offer? What are the boundaries you need to establish to protect your own heart? These reflections are not only important for your inner peace, but will also help to create a solid foundation for your future together. The angels show that, despite all the hesitation, they are approaching a moment of revelation. There is something they are holding back, something that needs to be said, but requires courage to be expressed. It could be a confession of feelings, an explanation for their past actions, or even a request for forgiveness. Whatever it is, the angels ask that you be ready to receive this truth with an open heart. They also emphasize that this moment of revelation could be a turning point in your relationship. It will be an opportunity to clarify misunderstandings, strengthen bonds, and above all, decide together on the next steps. The angels show that, regardless of what is said, this will be a moment of deep connection, where both will have the chance to understand each other in a more genuine and honest way. But the angels also warn, keep your expectations balanced. Although this moment of clarity is significant, it does not mean that all challenges will disappear at once. Love, especially when it is as deep and transformative as what you share, is a continuous process of learning and growth. Trust that, with patience and faith, everything will find its place. Before closing this part, the angels leave a message of strength for you. Remember that you are worthy of love, respect, and a relationship that nurtures your soul. Do not settle for less than that, but also be open to the imperfections that are part of the journey of any true relationship. The angels are by your side, ensuring that you have the strength to navigate this phase with grace and confidence. Take a deep breath, dear soul, and trust. What is being built now has a greater purpose, and the angels are guiding every step of this journey. They whisper that the best is yet to come, and that you are loved and protected in every moment. The angels now turn their attention to the point of transformation that is about to happen. They show me that the energies around this person are moving more intensely, as if everything is converging towards a crucial moment. It's as if the universe is aligning both of your paths, preparing you both for a revelation that can change everything. They who for so long hesitated are beginning to realize that they can no longer ignore what they feel. The angels reveal that they are being pushed by a greater force, something they cannot control, but also do not want to resist anymore. It is an emotional awakening that demands not only courage but also honesty with themselves. Have you noticed how their behavior seems to be changing, even if subtly? Perhaps there are more frequent messages, unexpected gestures of affection, or even moments when they seem more vulnerable than ever. These signs, although small, are reflections of an internal battle unfolding. They are learning to lower the barriers they have built over time, allowing you to see a part of them that few have the privilege to know. But the angels want you to be aware of something important. This transformation will not be linear. There will be moments of progress, but also moments of setbacks, where doubts and fears may arise again. This is part of the process, and the angels ask you to be patient. They remind you that true love is not built overnight, but through small steps that together form a meaningful journey. At this moment, the angels show me that they are reflecting deeply on what you mean in their life. They acknowledge that you have brought a light that has transformed their way of seeing love and relationships. But at the same time, they question if they are ready to meet you at the same level. This doubt, although painful, is a sign that they are taking this connection seriously. They don't want to hurt you, and that's why they are being so careful. Meanwhile, the angels ask you to continue nurturing your own light. They show that your strength and authenticity are what attract that person to you. Don't lose yourself trying to fit their expectations or trying to rush the process. Trust that by being true to yourself, you are creating a safe space where they can fully open up. There is something else the angels want to emphasize: the role that faith plays in this journey. They ask you to trust divine timing, even when things seem uncertain. They assure you that everything is unfolding as it should, and that each challenge faced now is preparing the ground for something greater and more beautiful. Keep the faith that, in the right moment, everything will align. The angels also suggest that you prepare for a moment of vulnerability. That person is approaching a point where it will be impossible to hide what they feel. It may be through a conversation, a gesture, or even a spontaneous confession. However it happens, this moment will be a turning point in your relationship. The angels ask you to receive this vulnerability with an open heart, but also with wisdom, to ensure that both of you are on the same wavelength. As we conclude this part, the angels leave a message of encouragement. You are on the right path. Even amidst doubts, even in moments of waiting, they are being guided by divine forces that only wish the best for you. They whisper that the love you seek is already in motion, and that, with patience and faith, you will see the fruits of this effort. Take a deep breath and trust. The angels are by your side, holding your hand and ensuring that you will never be alone in this journey. What is to come is greater than you can imagine, and the angels want you to know that you deserve every moment of love and joy that lies ahead. The angels now show that you are closer to a moment of clarity than you imagine. They reveal that this person, who has long been trapped by their own fears and insecurities, is beginning to understand the depth of the connection you share. It's as if they are finally seeing the truth that has always been before their eyes, but that they didn't know how to interpret before. This awakening, while powerful, comes with challenges that require emotional strength from both sides. Have you noticed how they are allowing themselves to be more authentic in your presence? Perhaps it's simple gestures, like a longer gaze or words that, even when spoken hesitantly, carry significant emotional weight. The angels show that these moments are more than just signs of affection. They represent their struggle to overcome the barriers that kept them apart from you. They are trying, with all the courage they can muster, to show how much you mean to them. But the angels ask you to maintain patience. Although this person is approaching a moment of revelation, there are still parts of them that need time to heal. It's as if they are learning to trust again, to believe that they can surrender to a love without fear of getting lost. This is a delicate journey, and the angels ask you to continue being the source of light and stability that they admire so much. At this point in the message, the angels reveal that there is something greater happening behind the scenes. They are shifting energies, creating the conditions for this connection to flourish in a harmonious and balanced way. This may mean that you will notice more signs around you, synchronicities, significant dreams, or even unexpected events that seem to point in the right direction. The angels ask you to pay attention to these signs, as they carry important messages about the next steps. At the same time, the angels emphasize that this journey is not just about them. They show that you are also going through a process of growth. Every challenge faced, every moment of doubt, and every victory achieved is shaping you into an even stronger and more authentic version of yourself. This is essential, as true love can only flourish when both parties are whole and aligned with their essence. The angels also suggest that you use this moment to reflect on what you truly desire from this relationship. What are your expectations? What are you willing to offer, and what do you expect in return? These questions are fundamental, as they help to create a healthy balance between the two of you. The angels remind you that, although love is powerful, it needs to be nurtured with mutual respect and clear communication. While they work to find their clarity, the angels are preparing the ground for a moment of transformation. It could be a revealing conversation, an unexpected gesture, or even a decision that completely changes the dynamics between both of you. Whatever it is, the angels ask you to be ready to embrace this moment with an open and confident heart. They also warn that, although this moment of revelation is significant, it will not be the end of the journey. On the contrary, it will be the beginning of a new chapter, where both of you will have the opportunity to build something even deeper and more meaningful. The angels ask you to be willing to face the challenges that may arise, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity for mutual growth. Before closing this part, the angels leave a message of hope. The love you share is rare and precious. It was not placed in your lives by chance, but as part of a greater plan that is being carefully designed. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and that, in due time, you will see the beauty of all that has been built. Take a deep breath, dear soul, and keep the faith. The angels are by your side, guiding each step and ensuring that you never walk alone. They whisper that the best is yet to come, and that this journey, however challenging it may be, will lead you to something extraordinary. The angels now bring forth the conclusion of this message, which has been carefully guided to lead you to a deeper understanding of what is to come. They show that the moment of transformation is about to materialize. After so much battling their fears and insecurities, that person is reaching a point of clarity. They start to realize that the love they feel for you is greater than any doubt, greater than any barrier they have built. The angels reveal that a significant gesture is approaching. It could be a declaration, an unexpected decision, or even an important step that they will take towards you. What is clear is that they no longer want to hide what they feel. The love they have for you has grown to the point where it can no longer be contained, and they are ready to show it in a way that will be impossible to ignore. At this moment, the angels ask you to keep your heart open. They show that what is to come may be a turning point, a moment that will define the future of this relationship. But at the same time, they ask you to continue to value yourself and recognize your own light. Remember that true love does not require you to diminish yourself, but to shine even brighter alongside those who love you. The angels also want to highlight the importance of communication. When this moment of revelation occurs, it will be crucial for both of you to express yourselves with honesty and clarity. This is an opportunity to align expectations, share fears, and reaffirm what you both feel for each other. The angels show that, although this may require courage from both sides, it will be an essential step in building something solid and lasting. But what comes after this long-awaited moment? The angels assure that, although this gesture or revelation is significant, it will not be the end of the journey. On the contrary, it will be the beginning of a new phase, where both of you will have the chance to build something even more beautiful and meaningful. This construction will require patience, understanding, and above all, mutual commitment. They also ask you to remember something fundamental. Love is a daily choice. Even when challenges arise, even when there are moments of doubt or difficulty, it is important that both of you are willing to keep choosing each other. This commitment is what will make your relationship unique and powerful. As we conclude this message, the angels leave a special affirmation for you. I am worthy of true and transformative love. I receive with gratitude what the universe is bringing to me. They ask you to repeat this phrase whenever you feel doubts or insecurities, as it is a reminder of your strength and worthiness. Now, dear soul, take a deep breath and trust. What is to come is greater than you can imagine, and the angels are by your side every step of the way. They whisper that the love you are building has a divine purpose, and that everything you have experienced so far has been a preparation for this moment. Remember, the best is yet to come, and you are worthy of every piece of this happiness. The angels surround you in light and love, ensuring that you will never be alone on this journey. Before we conclude, write in the comments, I deserve to live a true and transformative love. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to keep receiving messages like this one and strengthen your connection with the angels. Leave a like, share, and get ready for the upcoming revelations that are to come. May the light and love of the angels always be with you. Until next time.